Hi. Not the result you guys wanted tonight. What were you kind of seeing from your viewpoint tonight of what was going on?
I thought it was a tight game. The only difference is that they were more effective on their chances. But yeah, I don't think 5-2. Like it's more like a 2-3-3 game. It was close. I mean, yeah, but, small details.
Yeah. And then, you haven't played a ton of hockey leading up to this game. How do you just keep yourself game ready, both physically and mentally?
That's a good question. Obviously, good habits. Practice hard. I mean, do a little extra practice to get the conditioning going, and yeah, it's tough. I can't say that it's easy, but I try my best to just have good habits and then be ready when I get the chance. That's it.
Yeah. And then you guys are still trying to make that push. You're still close to getting in. You just kind of have to win a lot more games. But what do you personally plan on doing or continuing to do to help propel the team towards that playoff spot?
I will close the door and not let any pucks in. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, awesome. And then tonight was Coach Simon's 300th game as a coach. What has it been like for you to have him as a coach during the time that you've been here?
I think Ben is a great coach. He's honest, tough but honest, and that's what I like about him. And yeah, congrats to him. 300 games. That's huge.
Yeah. Hey, so not the result you guys obviously wanted or needed tonight. What were you kind of seeing from your vantage point of what was going on tonight?
It was nice to get off to a good start in the game. I thought we started off well, and then I think me personally, I think I struggled in the D zone and got to take some accountability there to be better to help my team win. And so I think just better puck plays in our D zone and in the O zone, probably just getting more shots on net.
Yeah. And then you scored your first professional goal tonight. Can you kind of just walk me through how you made it happen and kind of what was going through your mind after you made the goal?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they shot the puck in our zone, and one of our players, can't remember who, blocked it, and it ended up turning into a 2-on-1 with me and Shiner, and we got over the blue line, and I opened up, and he laid it in there for me to get off a nice one-timer, and it was kind of a relief to get the first one out of the way, but not really satisfied at this point because it would have been a lot nicer if we won the game. But yeah, like I said, nice to get it out of the way. But there's bigger things here right now.
Yeah. Now, moving forward, you guys are still making that push to get in the playoffs. What do you personally want to do to help the team reach that goal?
I think playing consistent. Like I said earlier, I struggled in the D zone tonight, so I think I got to be better in that aspect. I got to bring more of a physical game to our team. Be hard pressuring down in the O zone, and I think just giving guys chances to score and getting shots on net myself.
Yeah. Now you signed with the team last week, PTO, and then it's going to become an SPC next season. What went into that decision for you to sign here with Grand Rapids?
I think I went through a long road through the WHL, and then COVID kind of messed things up a little bit, and so ended up going to school for a while, and had 2 decent years in school playing hockey, and then ended up finding a new agent that was willing to work with me, and I think he really had my back and wanted me to succeed and see me go somewhere. So kudos to him. He put in a lot of work to get me here, and yeah, so it was a pretty easy decision. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like that support has really helped you then get to where you are at now?
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, in terms of my agent, he's always just been somebody to talk to for advice after games and things like that. And instead of going to your family all the time to get biased advice, I guess. And so I think he's been really good to me. And yeah, I know I'm just looking forward to the opportunity playing here.
Yeah, now Coach Simon coached in his 300th game today. What is it like for you as a newcomer to come in and have him as a coach? And what are you looking forward in the future out of him?
You know what, I really respect him, and I think it's been a new but good relationship so far. And congrats to him on his 300th game. That's amazing. And I think I look for good feedback and things like that, and I'm just always willing to learn. So I think he puts a lot of work into the details of the game. So any little thing I can pick up off him would be awesome.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, Elaine.
So not the win you obviously wanted or needed. It still felt like, even though the score is 5-2, it did still feel like the game was kind of close, which is weird to say. But do you feel that way? What were you seeing?
I didn't feel like a 5-2 game. If you're looking at it, I would agree with you in that regard. We had a couple chances early in the second period to tie the game. I think we hit a post to tie the game, but our goals that we gave up were, it's just things we talk about, and just didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't correlate tonight.
Yeah. And you guys are still in the hunt. It's just a harder hunt, I guess. What are you guys going to continue to do or add to the mix to make that big push towards the end of the season to get in the playoffs?
Well, before tonight, I haven't looked at the other scores tonight. We had 20 games left. We were 5 points, 6 points out of a playoff spot, playing the team that we're chasing directly in front of us, and chasing Chicago too. So, we can't afford to come out of this weekend with 0 points. We're running out of time. We're running out of games. The good news is we still play these teams. We play Iowa 3 more times. We play Chicago 4 more times. But again, we're wasting time. We can't afford to put ourselves in a hole and have to chase the game a little bit. We've got to be collectively better as a group, and we've got to, our best players have to be our best players.
Yeah. When you play the teams in front of you so much towards the end of the season, do you look at the tape more from times when you played them before and leading up, or do you just really hone in on what your guys can do?
Well, for this weekend, we spent a lot of time looking at other teams. Myself, the other coaches, Eric, Junge, our video coach, he'll pour through their last 4 or 5 games. We'll go through the previous games that we've played them. And obviously with the magnitude of these games against Iowa, we try to find, and we do try and find the littlest thing that we think that we can exploit. We try and find that their strengths and what we need to be focused on to not allow ourselves to be exposed and to try and defend, but also how we can exploit them offensively. What is their weakness? How do we generate more offense? So, we did have a game plan. I thought at times we did execute it very, very well. Had a couple good chances, but at the end of the day, it wasn't enough. We've got to be way more intense for a way more consistent period of time.
Yeah. So now turning away from the game, this is your 300th game as a coach tonight. What does it mean to you to be able to come and stay with the same organization for so long?
Stubbornness. No. No, I mean, I've had the great fortune. I came here years ago as an assistant coach. I was let go from Toronto, and I called Ryan Martin and Todd Nelson, who was the recently newly hired head coach, and just kind of came in here on a PTO almost. I was still being paid by Toronto, and I was a young coach, had to stay relevant. So just said, I'll come in and just be a fly on the wall. I'll sweep the floors. I'll do whatever you need me to do. And that turned into another year as an assistant, and it kind of parlayed itself into this opportunity. And I can't thank Ryan Martin. I can't thank Kenny Holland, Steve Eiserman, Sean Horkoff for affording me the opportunity. I've had the luxury of having a really, really good support staff here. From the assistant coaches that I've worked with, Todd, Matt, Noobs, Eric, Beamer, Dog, Charlie, Josh, our entire front office crew from Tim Gortzman down. I mean, we've got one of the best front office staffs in the league, and our support staff here is probably, and I've been around a lot of organizations as a player or coach, is without reservation or hesitation, one of, if not the best organizations in the American League. So I'm very lucky.
Yeah. What kind of things have you learned about yourself and about coaching in the past 300 games?
Well, I think I'm still trying to find that perfect game. So you're never going to have it. I think just every day throws its different challenges at you. Different players throw different curveballs at you, and how we're going to try and improve and develop. That's our first priority down here, is to develop players. And I think over the course of the last 4 or 5 years, although the wins and losses may not be reflected, I do think that the players have undoubtedly improved as individuals. Our young prospects are getting better. That's a testament to the work that they put in as well. But I'm proud of the way our staff has worked to help these young kids get better.
Yeah. And then the final one, what kind of legacy are you hoping that you are currently leaving and you hope to continue to have with this organization?
I pride myself as a player, as a coach. I pride myself on my work ethic. So, whether or not that looks like it's reflected in the way we play sometimes, but that's one thing that I can promise I won't be outworked.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, and congratulations on a successful career thus far.
All right. Thanks, Elaine. Have a good night.